Hi, this is Ron Herman again with Woodworking with Ron, Frequently Asked Questions. We were asked how will we start out our square stock for spindle work. I have a small piece of Osage orange, and yeah, that's the color it's supposed to be. We use it for chisel handles where we're going to strike the chisel. It's a real high, dense wood that can handle a good blunting effect there. I have a 4-jaw chuck on the lathe here. It really has no trouble getting itself squared up in that, but we do have to put a tailstock with a center onto it. The way we normally start to find our center is we simply take a square and we'll just go corner to corner on this. Now when you do this, you don't want to put it exactly on the edge of the corner, exactly on the edge of the corner. You want to step back just a little bit so that the width of your pencil is put down between the middle. If I pull it exactly on center to center, then I'm going to be a pencil line off, which it's not the worst thing, but still we want to try to be a little bit more accurate. Once we get this intersection, you only need about a 1/2 inch line to find this intersection. We will take a small punch and a hammer, and we will put a small indentation in there, because especially since this wood is so hard, that it'll catch the center here without walking around when you're turning it on. Now, if I want to see, what my radius is going to be like, I've done this end here. Now, if you'll notice that we've got this centered up, but you'll notice that the circle doesn't meet every place. It's because this wood is actually basically a parallelogram, and the way I've drawn my X's, I'm off a little bit. It's not going to kill anything once I take the sides of it off. It will be perfectly round. It's just starting out we're going to be off. Now when we put this in the lathe, we'll use a spindle gouge, like a roughing gouge like this. This will be chucked up. Now we'll have these 4 corners. We'll be spinning and we'll be taking them off in order to get it round. Now if you've done that on a very hard piece of wood such as Osage orange, it can be rather destructive real quick. You don't want to be real quick at it because it'll shatter the wood. So what we might want to do is you can set your table saw up at a 45-degree angle, and you can basically turn this into an octagon. And you've removed all this waste with the table saw, and you'll have very little waste. Now instead of having 4 big corners, you have 8 little tiny corners all the way around. You can also use a hand plane. Put this in a wood vise, take the hand plane and just knock these off. You can use it with a spoke shade or a draw knife or even a rasp, which is a little slower, but if it's what you got, it'll work. But what that does is that speeds up your ability to take this down and round it down as quickly as possible. It's a lot more accurate. You'll have a lot less tear out in the wood.